Yes! Show me your moves!
Hey guys, welcome back. King Shadow Omega bringing you another One Piece rules. And this time I wanted to talk about a small theory I have about what might be in the end of One Piece. And that's going to be who the final villain will be. I honestly have been thinking about this a lot, and as tons and tons of us One Piece fans all do, we tend to theorize because there's so much content in One Piece. That's what makes it so great. I personally think that what people think about the last villain, a lot of people think the final villain is going to be Blackbeard. Another one I hear all the time is Shanks. Let me tell you why those are definitely wrong. Maybe they're not wrong. They're not definitely wrong, at least. But my personal take on what's going to happen is that they're going to find One Piece, and it will not be the final arc. Personally, I believe that One Piece will be found, and I don't think it'll be Shanks. To be honest, first off, let's debunk why I think it won't be Shanks. It's not going to be Shanks because there's no reason for Luffy to fight Shanks. Sure, maybe he wants to test his might, but it won't be something where it'll be an all-out war and your lives will be on the line kind of thing. Why would it be? They don't have any reason to fight. So I don't agree with that. But I do think that Shanks will become an ally of Luffy's. Much like how he came to Whitebeard's aid. I think it's going to be something similar to that. And I'll get to that in a moment. I think One Piece, I think they'll get to Raftel. And I think that on their way to Raftel, they'll encounter Blackbeard's crew. I think he will defeat Blackbeard. I think Blackbeard is going to be before Raftel, and I think once they get to Raftel, I don't think there's anything special about Raftel. I don't think Raftel is a particularly large island, to be honest. I think it's just difficult to get to. And I think on Raftel, contrary to the popular belief of, oh, it'll be a treasure chest with nothing in it but like a childhood toy of Roger's and the journey. No, fuck that. That's stupid. And I don't think Oda would have brought us through such an epic for that lame-ass ending that has been done before. He doesn't use cliches too often. Like, I mean, recently he did with Sabo's amnesia. That's a cliche kind of thing. But I don't think there was any other way he could have done that. I mean, there's really no other way. Maybe if he was... No, he couldn't even been locked up because Luffy was at Impel Down. So there was no other way to do that. I don't think we're going to have a cliche thing of One Piece being something like, oh, the journey was in your heart, some bullshit. No. I think there will be treasure, but I don't think the treasure will be the big deal. I think the Rio Poneglyph will be there, and I think they'll learn the true history at Raftel. And when they do, I think Luffy and crew are going to decide to make a move. Once they find out what happened in the Void Century, I think they're going to make a move on the world government. And I think all the allies that Luffy has accumulated through this, the Revolutionary Army, all that, I think all of them are going to join up, Shanks included, and they're all going to go up against the world government. I think it's going to be a final showdown. I think that will be the final arc. Hence, the villain of said final arc would have to be someone from the world government. Now, I know a lot of people think the Gorosei are really powerful. I don't agree with that. I don't think the Gorosei are necessary. I didn't say they're necessarily weak, but I don't think that they're strong. The reason I don't think they're that strong is because they're older. And that's not to say old people can't be strong. We've seen how powerful Whitebeard and Garp and Sengoku are. And how strong, what the hell is this? Rayleigh. How strong Rayleigh is. We've seen that old people can be strong. But I don't think that's what this is going to be. I think that I think that they're just figureheads. Not to say that they're weak, but I don't think they'll be stronger than others we've seen. I think the admirals are going to be the strongest, and I think personally, I think Akainu will be the strongest one we've seen, specifically because he killed Ace, and I think that will be the divine justice in his mind of the fact that you killed my brother. You know, maybe Luffy will pull off a new Inigo Montoya. You killed my brother. Prepare to die. Anyway, all jokes aside, I think that Luffy and Akainu are going to go at it. Now, a lot of people are like, Akainu's not even that strong. Is that my fucking dog? Hold on 1 second. Okay, yeah, so it was my dog. Sorry about that, guys. She wanted to let me know I was being too loud. Anyway, that aside, guys, people are saying, oh, Akainu's not even that strong. What? No, people are dumb if that's the case. Akainu is incredibly powerful. And just because a lot of people seem not to remember, let me explain why he is so strong. First and foremost, during the War of the Best, the Marineford War, the Whitebeard War, whatever you want to call it, Whitebeard fought only one admiral. Only one. That was Akainu. He attacked Aokiji, I think, at one point, but Akainu's the only one he actually fought with. And he didn't... It wasn't like when he was fighting other people, you know, swing and everyone was flying to this way, or swing and everyone was flying to that way, or that stupid Vice Admiral giant that got made Whitebeard's bitch. That he, like, smashed the axe, smashed him down, and then crushed his head. No. Akainu fought on even footing with Whitebeard, the strongest man in the world. On even footing with him. He put a hole through Whitebeard's chest. Then, the war continued, and he ended up killing Ace. Like, he made Ace his bitch. And I like Ace, but, I mean, the power difference was so evident, it was ridiculous. And then, Whitebeard proceeded to get a cheap shot on Akainu. Now, I want to clarify this. I'm not trying to insult Whitebeard here, but if it had been the other way around, and the villain had gotten a cheap shot, you know, a shot from behind, on the good guy, we would have all been up in arms. Well, the only reason it happened was because he got at him from behind. That's what we would say. Well, we have to... I'm playing devil's advocate right now, and got to be fair here. Whitebeard did attack him from behind. Akainu was swinging his head around like this, and it was boom! He hit him hard as shit. And Akainu flew across the ground, and then he got back up, and they started doing like some close quarters combat, and Whitebeard blocked most of the attacks, blasted him back again. Then he went for like a really strong attack, and if you remember, before the thing could swing down, Akainu shot up and put a fist through his chest again, and this time he flooded Whitebeard's insides with lava. Just to let everyone know, I know that technically Blackbeard the Blackbeard crew killed Whitebeard. That's bullshit. I'm sorry, who dies from bullets in One Piece, especially people that powerful? I know, yeah, we're kind of like in the mindset of bullets don't mean shit in One Piece because Luffy's made of rubber, but no one really dies from bullets that is that strong. Whitebeard only died from those bullets because, as far as I'm concerned, he died when Akainu flooded him with lava. At that point, he's dead. Like, he dropped to his knee and had a flashback of Ace and of life, and at that point, you're like, okay, well, at that point, as far as I'm concerned, he was gonna die. Like, he died. Technically, if nothing had happened, if doctors had come to him right then and there, he would have died. Anyway. But it was one of those moments where he's like, I'm gonna take out as many bitches as I can with me. That's what I personally believe. So, Akainu basically killed Whitebeard, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, let's face it, it's not the bullets. It's your entire insides having lava in it that killed you. I mean, yeah, and then he hits Akainu with a really strong attack. And that was awesome, don't get me wrong. But it didn't finish Akainu. In fact, Akainu comes up from because all it did was it hit him and it dropped him. He's like, bitch, damn you. And he falls into like the ground. Because now, he hits him, and not only does he hit him, he hits him with his full power of his quake powers and splits the ground. Shatters it. And Akainu falls into the ground. Well, guess what? Akainu's right back up after that, because as they're all fleeing with Luffy, he appears in front of them and is like, where are you going, bitch? And he walks through Jinbei, Ivanov, the entire Whitebeard army. He literally steamrolls them. What? This guy was OP as shit. And in the end, Shanks has to stop him. And I'll be honest with you. At first, when I first read it, I was like, yeah, that's right. Fuck you, Akainu. Shanks is gonna whoop your ass. And then I rewatched it and I was like, oh, Akainu's actually not scared. He's just angry and annoyed that Shanks showed up. And the man had just fought Whitebeard. I guarantee you he'd be willing to fight Shanks. Now, whether Shanks would have won or not, I personally think Shanks would have won. Because, A, I think Shanks is a badass, and I think he's a little stronger than Whitebeard, A, because Whitebeard was old. But at the same time, I think that I don't know who would win if Akainu had been full health. Like, we want to shit on Akainu because he's a bad guy, and he is a bad guy. And a lot of people hate him. Hate him. Why? Because he killed Ace. And to be honest, he's completely justified in killing Ace. Not because Ace is the son of Gold Roger, but in the case that Ace was a pirate and he broke the law. Remember, technically the world government are the good guys. Ace is an outlaw. And he was scheduled for execution. So, all things considered, from a logical, devil's advocate point of view, Akainu was completely justified in his actions. Now, is he a dickhead? Yeah, absolutely. He's clearly a dickhead. And I know that the world government is corrupt. Don't get me wrong. I'm not stupid. I'm well aware of this. But I think it's important to remember that. And we all seem to forget that. In any case, I personally think Akainu is going to stand at the top. And I think that Luffy is going to have to defeat him to stop the world government. That's what I personally believe. In the end, he'll fight Akainu. And I want to remind you that Akainu is so powerful. Like, because a lot of people keep trying to, like, nerf his power in people's eyes. Like, nah, he's not as strong as a Yonkai. Really? I think he's definitely as strong as a Yonkai. In fact, if I remember correctly, Oda already said in an interview, I think it was mid-2014, I'll see if I can find it, maybe I'll put it in the link description, but in an interview, Oda said that if Akainu had been the protagonist of One Piece, he would have found One Piece in less than a year. That's how strong he is. Like, I'm not trying to pump the guy up or anything, but he is that strong, and I think he plays a very good villain. The fact that we hate him for his justified reasons of killing Ace shows that he is a great villain in that sense. Now, whether or not he's corrupt, I don't know. I personally want to believe that he's corrupt, but I think that it's less about being corrupt on his part and more about he just wants... He is all about following orders. Not so much following orders, but he believes in everything the world government stands for and follows it blindly. That's why he's all about absolute justice. I truly think that contrary to other people's beliefs about Blackbeard and the likes being the final villain, I think that Akainu will be, and I think that the world will enter a new age. I think someone who they trust, maybe as far as the Marines, will be left in charge after the Gorosei have been toppled, and Akainu, the fleet admiral, head of the Marines, is technically stopped. I think once all of those people are gone, they're going to put in key people to run the world government. Like maybe someone like Kobe. Now, do I really think someone that young should be put in charge of government? No, I don't. But, I don't know, maybe they'll bring back Sengoku, who was a good man. Garp, who was a good man. I mean, you never know. It could be any one of those. Even Dragon could be in a position to really take over at this point. I'm not entirely sure, but this was something I just wanted to get off my chest, because I'm tired of going online and seeing all these people like putting the admirals so low on like strength lists, like all of it, and not just Akainu. Yeah, that pisses me off more. But even Aokiji and Kizaru get put down. I don't think people realize how strong the admirals are. Two of them fought, and it changed an island's climate. And we're not talking. I mean, did you guys watch Spunk Hazard? That shit was crazy. That was from a fight between two of them. And do you see how big the place was? Holy shit, they've got to be ridiculously strong. Which also means that Aokiji's very strong. I mean, I put Aokiji right up there with the Emperors. Maybe not quite as high as Akainu. But the fact that they fought for 10 days, I mean, who knows? Maybe he is just as strong. Or maybe it was that their powers were opposites. I mean, we've known that opposite fruits can give each other a hard time. I mean, look at Eneru. Eneru was infinitely stronger than Luffy, but he lost because Luffy, his powers were useless against Luffy. So, I don't know. In any case, guys, that was me bringing you a One Piece rules. And please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys think, how One Piece will end. Do you think it's going to end, like I said, with a big battle with the world government? Or do you think it's going to be something a little different? Do you think it's going to be maybe just fighting One Piece? Do you agree with me that he probably won't end up fighting Shanks because there's really no reason to? Maybe he'll team up with Shanks, or maybe Shanks will lose to someone that Luffy ends up defeating, or maybe, I don't know. I mean, it could be a number of things. Maybe Shanks gets put on like an execution platform, kind of like Ace did, and Luffy comes to save him. Who knows? It could be 1,000 things. I've seen tons of rumors. Let me know what you guys think. And please don't forget, if you really enjoyed my content, give that video a like. It really helps me. Thank you guys. King Shadow out.